for the pledge.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Schmidt. Here. Boehner.
Here.
Dunlap. Here. Casper.
Here.
Hammernick here. Lloyd.
Here.
Barry.
Here. All right, superintendent's report.
Thank you. Thank you to Mrs. Lamort and the Fierke team for hosting the board meeting tonight. Mrs. Lamort's going to share an update with some of what's been happening at Fierke.
Good evening. Thank you for being here at Fierke and for coming to listen to a little bit about what we've been really working hard on throughout the school year this year. One of the things that we've really focused on is our commitment to fostering a positive, supportive, and accountable school culture through the implementation of restorative practices. As part of this work, staff are intentionally utilizing restorative questions when responding to challenging behaviors. Those questions are listed in the picture frames that you'll find on your tables. This approach allows us to move beyond simply addressing the behavior itself and instead focus on reflection, accountability, and relationship repair. When a transgression occurs, restorative questions guide students to think about what happened, who was impacted, and how they can make things right and move forward in a positive manner. Equally important, this process provides space for those who have been harmed to share their experiences and have their voices heard as well. Through these practices, we are building students' capacity for empathy, responsibility, and problem solving while maintaining a strong sense of community. To further support this work, we're intentionally leveraging the expertise of our SEL specialist, Mrs. Zimney. Our SEL specialist collaborates with staff and students to review behavioral expectations and provide reteaching through our Cool Tool lessons, ensuring consistency and clarity across all settings within and outside of our building. In addition, students engage in targeted social-emotional learning through Ripple Effect, which provide very engaging, developmentally appropriate opportunities for students to build skills in a computer-based program. This layered approach allows us to proactively teach, reinforce, and support positive behaviors school-wide. In addition to this work, we are proud to highlight the leadership of our students. This evening, some of our 4th and 5th grade student leaders are here to share how they presented expectations to their peers. Upon the return from each student break, our 4th and 5th grade students demonstrated outstanding leadership by reteaching CHAMP's behavior expectations to all classrooms in the building. Students led instructional rotations throughout the building, teaching expectations in the specific locations where they apply. Sometimes they would be in the cafeteria, in the hallway, in the classrooms, and then also in PE, at recess, and all of the other areas in the shared spaces within the building. This peer-led approach reinforced expectations in an authentic and engaging way, while empowering students to serve as role models for their peers. It is a powerful example of how student voice and leadership can positively influence school culture. We are incredibly proud of both our staff and students as we continue this important work together. I'm now going to turn it over to Mrs. Zimney, who will share how the students were selected and will introduce each of the students.
Hi, our 4th and 5th grade students were selected by their classroom teachers for consistently meeting school expectations, demonstrating exemplary behavior. They serve as strong role models for students of all ages by showing responsibility, integrity, and leadership. These students had not received any behavior referrals and continually go above and beyond, encouraging others to make positive choices and lead by example. Students, if you can stand when I say your name. Quinn Sincock, Eli Anaya, Tilly Morgan, Grayson Blythe, Jackson Torres, Abigail Almanza, Megan Yerkes, Sophia Zimbarski, Lily Weaver, Margaret Adams, Harper Ramos, Gavin Brongle, and Rigby Andresiak. We have selected 3 of those students to share more insight into what they have been working on. You guys can come up.
Good evening, members of the school board. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Harper Ramos, and I am a 5th grade student at Fierke Education Center.
Hello, my name is Tilly Morgan, and I'm in 4th grade. We're excited to share the work we've been doing to help support positive behavior in our school.
Good evening, I'm Rigby Andresiak, and today we'll be talking about how we help to reinforce CHAMP's expectations in common areas around our school, like the lunchroom and gym, especially after students return from a break like spring or winter.
CHAMPS is an expectation our school uses to communicate expectations. It stands for Conversation, Help, Activity, Movement, and Participation Successfully. These expectations guide how students should behave so everyone can feel safe and be ready to learn.
After breaks like winter or spring break, students sometimes need reminders about school routines. To help with this, we worked with teachers to organize rotations focused on CHAMP's expectations in different common areas of the school to help students understand why the expectations are needed.
Each rotation focused on a specific location rather than just one part of CHAMPS. For example, at the cafeteria station, we reviewed expectations like appropriate voice levels, staying seated when expected, and cleaning up after ourselves. At the bathroom station, we talked about respecting space, being quick and responsible, and maintaining privacy. At the assembly station, we practiced listening, showing respect to speakers, and participating appropriately. These stations help students understand how CHAMPS applies in real life situations and throughout the school day.
This work is important because after time away from school, routines can be forgotten. Taking time to review expectations helps everyone reset and remember how to act in shared spaces.
We saw that students were more aware of their behavior and more respectful in these areas after their rotations. It also helped create a more positive environment for both students and staff.
In conclusion, reviewing CHAMP's expectations in common areas helped our school run more smoothly and respectfully. We are proud to have been taken part of this project and to help our students and to help our school community.
Thank you for your time and supporting our school.
What a great presentation. Thank you for giving us your time tonight and for presenting in front of this board meeting. The 3 of you did such a nice job. Congratulations to all the students who aren't coming here tonight. Thanks.
Great job. Thank you.
Well, that's going to be a really tough act to follow. I'd like to throw it over to Carrie to talk about, Ms. Radke to talk about summer learning for all.
Okay, so at this point, we're working on collaboration with principals, and we're getting some teacher input as well to come up with some opportunities over the summer for students to continue learning with ELA, math, and enrichment activities. So it'll be things where it's almost like a digital choice board that you can have. You can have some experiences with everyday objects, or just do some activities at home to nature walks, things like that. So trying to get the digital practice, but also have some digital practice, and then also have some interactive, get you moving, have a little fun while you're learning over the summer too. So we are going to, we're hoping, launch this in May. And then in the fall, principals and the teachers at the beginning of next school year, they will reinforce participation and recognize students who work throughout the summer. So we're working on those details, but I'm sure the principals, they'll come up with some great things that they're building to recognize the effort, so,
Thanks, Ms. Fierke.
sure.
And now to Keegan, to talk about some ADA compliance changes in our web footprint.
Yes. Not used to being up here. So there are some new ADA web compliance mandates that are starting for all municipalities and government agencies at the end of this month. It is going to change some of the way we communicate. Not only do we have to make sure there's alt text and color contrast on our website, we have to make sure all of our PDFs are readable with a screen reader. All communications, including s'mores to families, also have to be compliant, along with streaming videos and recorded videos are supposed to have captioning and descriptors. So I've currently went through the website and audited all of our documents that we have uploaded and made a list of all of the websites we link to, because we also have to show good faith effort that we reached out to them to make sure their information is compliant. And I've also sat through a few trainings, and I have a couple more scheduled on the books for webinars, just to make sure that I understand the law and everything. It's going well, but I'll be sure to keep you all updated as we go through it.
Thanks, Keegan.
Thanks.
I want to make the board aware and the community aware of some road construction near Cruz. During this summer season, the village has provided the contractor with times for drop-off and pickup times so that disruptions to school at Cruz hopefully will be limited. And we're asking the workers to stay away from the school zone during pickup and drop-off. And so far, they've been great, and the village has been great with communication, so we appreciate that. Board members, the joint annual conference, early registration opens June 1st. As you know, that lodging's at a premium, so Angela always tries to sign the board up at the very beginning of the first day of early registration so that your stay is more convenient. If there's anybody who's not available for this year's joint annual conference, which will be November 20th through the 22nd, if any board members know that they're not available, please let me or Angela know. Otherwise, you can expect that, as usual, Angela will be signing you up on June 1st. Have 3 condolences this month. Pina Quattrini's father, Francesco Palombi, passed away at the age of 95. Her father lived in Italy, and a memorial will take place on a later date. Pina is the media center clerk at Fulton. Brenda Cook's father, Jim Blair, passed away. Visitation and services were held last week. Brenda is the school psych at Fulton. And retired staff member Mary Keenan's son, Thomas, passed away. Mary, previously from our district office in the business department. And a number of celebrations. The Central Spring Musical will be performed on April 17th and 18th. We hope you can come out and see those performances. Young Authors, a celebration of our Young Authors program will be hosted at Central on April 23rd. Everyone's welcome to attend that. An upcoming screening for kindergarten will be held on April 29th. We're expecting to screen approximately 80 students that day. The Cutie Pie's coming by the Ad Center to get ready for kindergarten. And then our student, staff, and families gathered on Friday, this past Friday at Central, to cheer on our students in the annual 146 Olympics, hosted by the Student Services team and by Central. Thank you for the organizers of this event to make the day possible. It's a very special event celebrating our students who rise above and work hard to achieve every day. And then finally, I wanted to close with our Central Symphonic Band auditioned for and were selected for Super State, which is the most selective concert band contest in the state. You have to audition to be considered. I can't exaggerate how difficult it is to get a spot. This will be the second time that I'm aware of that Jason and his team has been selected for this honor. The performance is on May 8th, and it's just a fantastic tribute to the quality of Jason and that program. So Congratulations to Central Middle School Symphonic Band for being selected for Super State. And that concludes the superintendent's report.
Thank you. For those of you that have other things to do this evening, now would be a good time. If you'd like to excuse yourself, you're of course welcome to stay for the rest of our meeting.
Bye, guys.
Okay, moving on to 4.1, citizens may address the board at this time. And we'll move on to union reports.
You know how to clear a room. Okay. Okay, lots going on this time of year. As some people are counting down, some people are counting up, depends on where you're at. Some recent activities. Fulton is looking forward to their upcoming blooming garden project this month and next, thanks to the amazing hard work of one of Fulton parents, Aaron Bradley. There'll be a native plant pollinator garden and 5 garden beds. Fulton is also celebrating Math Awareness Month. This year's theme is nature in honor of Fulton's upcoming garden project. As soon as there's a forecast for a week without rain, Fulton also will be hosting their 6th annual Math Path, for which families are invited to walk our math path around the perimeter of Fulton, laughing at more than 40 math jokes, and learning and doing some fun nature challenges all along the way. At Cruz, students participated in the March Book Madness. Each week, the students enjoyed voting for their favorite books. They also finished the science fair with many students creating awesome projects in all grades. Students worked hard on IAR testing, with ISA testing scheduled for next week. Student Council is sponsoring a pet drive to support our local Tinley Park Paws organization. Over at Memorial, we just finished our March Madness with our Battle of the Books competition. Each day, the students voted on a book series or a main character from the book series. They were updated daily, with the winner was from the day before, and in the end, Harry Potter won. The students had a fun time exploring and discussing possible books they may not have read before and have gotten some interest in. Currently, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students are participating in an accelerated reading challenge. They are reading books at or near their independent grade level. They're reading with families, friends, and audiobooks. They're also encouraged to help support all AR levels, and then they take an AR quiz and receive points for these. If they pass the quiz, the points are awarded to the classroom. Each week, a celebration is held in each class to congratulate students who met their goals and to reward the class who has the most current points for reading up to that point. We're enjoying this experience and the competition with the challenge. And last but certainly not least is Fierke. Over here, they're busy with many activities. They're finishing up their state testing and are celebrating student attendance with many fun raffles and rewards. Students with perfect weekly attendance can choose a raffle to join, such as winning a prize, getting extra recess, being a teacher for the morning, or even throwing a pie at Mr. G. Also, students are celebrating learning with many field trips, including Moana at Central. 5th grade is going to Iron Oaks, and 4th grade to Navy Pier for a boat-narrated boat ride on Lake Michigan in order to learn more about Chicago history. So everybody's busy, and as the days are narrowing, they're getting to go and do all kinds of different activities. It's a great time.
Thank you.
The ESP union right now, we're just starting to negotiate our contract, and that's it.
Thank you. All right, moving on to the action items. Can I have a motion for the consent agenda?
I move that the Board of Education approve 6.1 approval of minutes, 6.2 approval of closed session minutes, 6.3 approval of destruction of closed session tapes, 6.4 approval of financial items, 6.5 approval of personnel items as presented. Thank you.
Is there a second?
I second.
Any discussion? Secretary, please call the roll.
Schmidt, Yes. Boehner?
Yes.
Dunlap?
Yes.
Casper?
Yes.
Hammernick, yes. Lloyd?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes. 6.6, approval of administrator contracts for fiscal year '27.
I move that we approve that the Board of Education approve the administrator contracts for fiscal year '27 as presented.
Is there a second? Any discussion? Secretary, please call the roll.
Schmidt? Yes. Boehner?
Yes.
Dunlap?
Yes.
Casper?
Yes.
Hammernick, yes. Lloyd?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes. 6.7, approval to renew food service contract with Whitson's Nutrition LLC.
Yes, this was info last month, but Whitson's is our food service provider. We're happy with them, so I'm recommending that we renew the contract for another year.
Is there a motion?
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
we have a,
That's an action item, correct?
I move we approve renewal of the food service contract with Whitson's Nutrition LLC as presented. Second.
Any discussion? Secretary, please call the roll.
Schmidt? Yes. Boehner?
Yes.
Dunlap? Yes. Casper?
Yes.
Hammernick, yes. Lloyd?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes. Information item 7.1, American School Bus Company regular transportation contract.
Yes, our regular transportation is provided by what currently known as American School Bus, but they've been bought out by First Student. You'll see both names there. So the contract will be with First Student. We're looking at a multi-year agreement. They gave us better rates if we agreed to a longer term. So it's 5% the first year, and then 3.5% and 3.5%, which those numbers are better than we've seen in a long time. So I would like to jump on that. That's his information now. We'll bring it for approval next month.
Has the service been good this year? Have we been happy with it?
It has been better than it's been in recent years. They're fully staffed with their drivers. So yes, we're happy with it.
Jeff, I know they alluded to challenges keeping a fully staffed workforce in some of the notes. If we're taking a longer contract, do we have exit clauses if we're?
We do have an out if we're unhappy, yes.
All right. 7.2, Sunrise Special Transportation contract.
Same thing, Sunrise is our special ed transportation provider, and they offered us a similar deal, longer term for lower rates, 4.5%, 4%, and 3.5% for a 3-year deal. So I'm happy with that as well. That's also better than we've seen for a number of years. So information this month, I'll be asking for approval next month.
All right, 7.3, e-learning plan.
Yes, we included this on the agenda tonight to keep the conversation going in hopes of adopting our next e-learning plan at the regular May meeting. We'll also be available at the May COW to discuss further, if it pleases the board.
Thank you. 7.4, Tinley Park Park District intergovernmental agreement.
Yes, so we've had an intergovernmental agreement with Tinley Park Park District since long before I came. It was an aging agreement. Some of the things were starting to not work with the law because of its age. So I've been working with Sean over at the Park District for some time now to reach a new agreement. So our legal team has weighed in, their legal team has weighed in, and now both parties are happy with the agreement. So they're putting it through at the village level, I think this month, and then I will give you that update when it happens. And then if all is well, then I'll ask you to ratify the agreement or approve the agreement at the regular May meeting. So it's attached here. If you'd like to give it a read, if you have any questions between now and then, just give me a call.
Are there any material changes to the arrangement?
Maddie, you could think of that?
We're doing some of the changes were, instead of a 3-year contract, we're going to do an annual contract. We changed the language that appeared a little bit one-sided as far as exiting from the contract, gave us a little more leverage. So it'll roll over every year unless one of the parties notifies the other that they no longer want to be part of it. And then we addressed the central middle school ball field, which is both used by our softball teams during like August to October, and also the Park District uses it. So we asked them and included in the contract that they give us a little more support maintaining the field. So.
I will say that it matches our current practice in the relationship between us and the village better than the old agreement did. So it's nice to have it on paper represent the nature of the real relationship. Matt did a really nice job helping sort it out.
All right, 7.5, items to be declared as surplus for sale, donation, or surplus.
Carrie, you want to talk about it?
Sure, so district staff members reviewed instructional materials and equipment and inventoried those, identified those items that are outdated or no longer being used. It's over 50-some boxes that we're looking at the board approving and declare surplus. Either donate, sell, or dispose.
Matt's looking forward to having the extra room at the warehouse.
7.6, Fierke PTO gift to Fierke Education Center.
Yes, Fierke's PTO has been absolutely killing it. They're looking to contribute over $8,000 to a refresh of the Fierke Media Center, and we're here for it. As you know, the board needs to act to approve any gifts that are have a value of greater than $500. So we're going to ask you to approve that in May, and then Gina's going to go shopping.
7.7, board meeting dates.
Yes, as Angela presented, I think in a recent update, here are the tentative dates for board meetings for fiscal year '27. This list also includes the, starting July 1st, the new fiscal year. So check your calendars, compare it to your calendars. You got a month until we ask you to approve it, and, you know, Board of Education meetings and Committee of the Whole meetings need to be acted on and then publicly published. So Angela's prepared to do all of that once you've had a chance to peruse it and say that you like it.
8.1, communications correspondence.
I have one. It says, "Dear 146 Board, thank you very much for the beautiful flowers. I loved coming down the stairs and having the fragrance of flowers greet me. Thank you for remembering me during my last surgery. Take care, Mary Beth Casper."
Thank you so much for your kindness and sympathy at a time when it is deeply appreciated. Family of Eleanor Kozinski.
That's it.
Can I have a motion to go into closed session?
I move the Board of Education move into closed session to discuss a collective bargaining matter.
Is there a second?
I second.
Any discussion? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Schmidt? Yes. Boehner?
Yes.
Dunlap? Yes. Casper?
Yes.
Hammernick, yes. Lloyd?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes. There will be no business after closed session.